John Wyatt has been fighting an uphill battle since the day his daughter was born in Virginia 2.5 years ago.
You have a picture of her?
Mm-hmm.
When his girlfriend Colleen got pregnant at 19, John says he thought they'd raise the baby together. But late in the pregnancy, Colleen sent John a text message saying she'd been in contact with a Utah adoption agency. And when Colleen went into labor, he says she never told him.
When you walk in the hospital, how are you acting?
I'm walking like my hair's on fire.
Weeks later, John would discover his baby was in Utah with an adoptive family. Under Utah law, John had 20 days from that text message Colleen sent to file for his paternal rights. He says the deadline expired before he even knew his baby was in Salt Lake City.
Biological fathers are essentially set up to fail the way things are written.
We spoke with several other fathers whose children were adopted by Utah couples. Cody O'Day's girlfriend lied about having a miscarriage. Then she called to say she was having the baby in Utah. The 20 days to file clock had started ticking, but Cody says he didn't know it.
You missed the deadline.
I missed the deadline.
Ramsey Shad says he did not miss the deadline. His lawyer filed papers with the Utah Department of Vital Records the day before the baby was born.
And it was stamped received there January 14, 2010.
And yet, he later found
it had an X drawn through it, and it was stamped again January 20th, 2010.
And why does that matter, that it was January 20th?
Because
what does
I was
that mean?
1 day late.
1 day late?
Yes, ma'am.
Ramsey is still contesting the adoption, still hopes to get his child back. Utah Attorney General Mark Shurtleff is not involved in these cases. He defends the current law, but is willing to take another look.
As Attorney General, you'd be willing to look at this issue closer and see if there's something that's happening inadvertently to hurt birth fathers.
Absolutely, and I think our legislature would be willing to look at it.
It may be too late for John Wyatt. The Utah Supreme Court ruled against him in July. In a statement, the adoptive parents said their primary concern has and always will be the best interests of the child. The birth mother made the difficult and courageous choice to place the child with the adoptive parents because she believed that the child deserved a loving, stable, two-parent home. Wyatt's only hope of gaining custody now? The U.S. Supreme Court.
Until my heart stops beating, I will never give up. Not until the day I die, I will never give up.
Kate Snow, NBC News, Salt Lake City, Utah.
And Kate will have much more on this story coming up tonight at 9 Eastern on Dateline.